Hello, so my presentation for today is on having female coaches in the workplace, just hiring them as an assistant or a head or coach or whatever you want. So, first off, the Arizona Cardinals hired Jen Welter. She played 14 seasons of professional football and she was a rugby player. So she's pretty experienced and obviously she knows football pretty well. They hired her as an assistant coach. And then a second girl her name is Becky Hammonds, and she played for the WNBA professionally for a lot of years. And the San Antonio Spurs for basketball hired her as an assistant coach, and they had her coach the summer league. And so I found this article, and they were asking coaches, like, would you hire a woman coach in the next 3 years? So 75% of the coaches said no, 25% said yes. So as you can imagine, all of these are probably guys taking this poll because not really anybody has any woman on their staff. So of the guys that said yes, I would love to hire a girl coach, here are some of the things that they said with it. So one of them was the right person regardless of the gender. So they said pretty much it doesn't really matter, like why would it matter that it's a female over a male? As long as they can do the job and as long as they can bring a lot to the table, I'm totally fine with hiring them. Another one said unbelievable balance, which I liked that he said that because I think girls have a lot to offer that guys don't, and I think they control situations a lot differently. So yeah. Another one, perspective skills guys don't have, like I just said. Like compassion, I think they handle getting mad a lot differently than what guys do. One guy said, I would love to. My two sisters played college basketball. I have an unbelievable respect for a women's game. The reality of men's college basketball is based on getting players. I would hire a woman if they could get me a player. The reality is the way college basketball is today that it is different than it was 5 years ago. If it was the NBA, I would hire a woman in a second. It would bring unbelievable balance. So, another one said, no reason why a woman can't. He pretty much just was like, I don't really see what the problem is. Like, of course, I would hire a woman if the woman is capable of doing the job. Another one said, oh, that was the last one. Okay, so on to the cons. One guy said, I don't think they can recruit, which recruiting is a big thing for your team because, I mean, that, like, brings all your players together. You have to have a good balance with, like, if it's basketball, like, your offense, I mean, like, your post and guards, like, you gotta make sure you know what is on your team and what's coming up, or, like, for football, good offense and defense, like, just good balance there. And he said, could a woman recruit 17-year-old boys? Like, he's like, I don't know. Like, as if he said, maybe one could, but that would be my concern. I think a woman can help coach, but I don't think a woman could help recruit men. So, another one said, too dangerous. Too dangerous. I don't know if he just meant, I think he just meant, like people get a lot of press for having a woman on the team or stuff like that. Another one said profanity that should not be used in front of women. Lots of guys swear and curse all the time on the field and stuff, and he just said that wouldn't be right for a woman to be around, but definitely you can control that. I mean, you should control that if you have control over yourself. Hard time being myself. That one's kind of self-explanatory. I don't know if he means like he's kind of a gross man. He should be able to control himself. Another one is there's more qualified males. A lot of the guys in here that said no said There's way more males that are on my list to hire before I would hire females. So I don't know if I would say that males are more qualified, but that's what that guy said. And then women in the locker room. Definitely they would have to do something there, but I don't think that's like a huge issue that they couldn't resolve. Or, I mean, like, the coach doesn't always have to be in the locker room. The guys are just there to change, and so I would say, like, most of the time they just come in for, like, their talk or their pep talk or whatever you want to call it. But I don't think that's a huge issue. The girl can have a separate office, totally fine. So my point on the situation is I would definitely hire a girl, obviously, because I am a girl. But I think they are totally qualified, and I think they're bringing lots to the table. Becky Hammon won the summer league for the Spurs, and that was her first time on the team. So, I mean, I think it's definitely worth it, and I think they should rethink their answers.